Okay, so here we have a post on Over It that I want to discuss, and then maybe we will peruse the comments together too. Okay, wearing makeup is incompatible with radical feminism. Maybe I'll zoom in and maybe that'll make it better for anyone reading. Radical feminism is a framework of analysis that seeks to identify, for the purpose of dismantling, the many ways in which patriarchy oppresses women as a class. One method of oppression that we have identified is the requirement that women engage in performing stereotypes of femininity, a requirement that is not demanded of men. Things such as shaving, dyeing, and styling our hair, painting our nails, and wearing makeup require us to pour our limited resources, time, money, and energy into activities that are done for the express purpose of making ourselves more attractive and pleasing to the male gaze. These activities have no benefit to us and keep us entrenched in a system that we are trying to dismantle. Not all women here are radical feminists, clearly. Many women have come here to discuss gender-critical topics, but for those who are more interested in radical feminism, pushing back against personal requirements regarding performative femininity is a great place to start. Wearing makeup is incompatible with being a radical feminist. Acknowledging that makeup oppresses women as a class, but then wearing makeup because it personally benefits you, is hypocritical. Expressing a desire to see women liberated from oppression, but then literally funding one avenue of oppression by spending money at male-owned and run makeup companies is hypocritical. Accepting the concept that a woman's value does not lie in her physical appearance, and then wearing makeup because you feel ugly without it, is sad and hypocritical. Eschewing makeup, on the other hand, is both personally liberating and furthers the idea that women's naked faces should be normalized as men's are, making it easier for all women to go barefaced. For women who are interested in participating in the dismantling of the system, but have no idea how they can personally have an impact, this is a great place to start. If you believe that wearing makeup is a personal choice, that belief is not a radical feminist belief. If you believe that you must wear makeup to be taken seriously at your job, that is unfortunate, but it doesn't make wearing makeup compatible with radical feminism. A radical feminist who is interested in dismantling the power structures that oppress all women, herself included, should not further those power structures by tacitly giving her okay through engagement with the system. The cold truth is that if none of us risk personal stakes and continue to be a part of this system, the system will continue and nothing will change. Those of us who speak of and desire a radical reordering should make our personal actions align with our greater philosophical leanings. There is much talk of purity here as a negative thing, but I do not believe radical feminism needs to be watered down to accommodate people who are uncomfortable with it. Radical feminism is full of uncomfortable truths, including the fact that if you engage in beauty rituals, you are part of the problem. There are other forms of feminism, which promote the idea that wearing makeup is one of the most empowering things a woman can do. If this truth of radical feminism makes you uncomfortable, I invite you to explore one of those. Damn. So I fully agree with this post. I have spoken critically about femininity and performing femininity ad nauseum. And I have also said before that still remains true to this day. I have never received the kind of pushback that I receive when I critique femininity. When I talk about critiquing sex work, quote unquote, trafficking, partnering with men, birthing children, not my Nigel, etc., etc. There's always some critique or pushback here and there, but absolutely nothing like the critique that comes with speaking out about femininity and makeup. For some reason, that seems to be where women draw the line. I can, quote unquote, talk shit about men all day, and I can lump all men together as violent, misogynist rapists. I can say yes, all men until kingdom come, but the moment it's about makeup, women are in the comments, whether it be videos or on Facebook or on YouTube, I mean, or on Twitter or whatever, women will be in the comments saying, now hate it. Now wait a minute, hold on, I like makeup. Makeup makes me feel empowered. Makeup makes me feel pretty. I can't go to work without makeup on. I do it for me. I love red lipstick. Like, you can you get none of that to that level when it comes to critiquing anything else. Absolutely none of that. I have never had that kind of reaction when I talk about anything else. Never. It's something that I think about so much, and it's something that I wonder why so much about. Um, why do women react this way when it comes to makeup and femininity, but nothing else? I could say, like, your son is going to grow up to be a rapist probably, and I might get some pushback. But if I say makeup isn't empowering, it's, now wait a second, hold on, I like makeup. Like, it's truly bizarre. It's so strange. I don't understand why some women go to such lengths for chemicals they smear on their faces. But I digress. That's neither here nor there. I want to explore some of the comments because I heard it's kind of a shit show. Let's see here. Sort by top, I guess. I don't wear makeup, and I think every woman should examine why she wears makeup, especially if she feels uncomfortable being barefaced. Absolutely. But I'm not going to cast a woman out of rad femme circles for wearing makeup. Well, no, nobody is. But, well, okay, no, wait. Nobody is for a while. I think if you claim to be a radical feminist, it requires two things. It requires understanding and believing the theory and framework of radical feminism, and it requires putting it into practice in real life. I don't believe that a woman can be a radical feminist without the practical real world application of theory. I don't think that believing or agreeing is enough. So when this commenter says, oh boy, I can tell this is going to be a long video. When this commenter says, I'm not going to cast a woman out of rad femme circles for wearing makeup, for a time. But if you see no progression, if you see women in your spaces making no progression, no change to their real life, what are they doing in your circle? What are they contributing? Just nodding and agreeing isn't going to change anything for themselves or for other women. So there will come a time when you have to say, okay, now, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Radical feminist is someone who holds radical feminist beliefs. Oh, I literally just said this. The core tenet of radical feminism is that women are oppressed due to a cultural system called patriarchy in which men are given power over women. It has nothing to do with wearing or not wearing cosmetics. Well, I mean, it does. It has everything to do with wearing cosmetics. Honestly, because without patriarchy, this wouldn't even be a thing in women's lives. This wouldn't be a problem for women at all if patriarchy didn't exist. So, of course, it absolutely does have, radical feminism does have something to do with wearing or not wearing cosmetics. Yes, it does. Okay. Is it enough to hold radical feminist beliefs if one then acts in a way that's contradictory to them? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because what are you doing to yourself? If you say, I believe this, I agree with this, I know this is true in my heart, but you don't put it into practice in your life, how much do you agree or believe or know it to be true? No, I don't think it's enough to hold the beliefs. No, it's not. I'll straight up say that. No. Who made me the arbitrator of radical feminism? Nobody, but this is my video and I'll say what I want. I'm not going to go over every single comment. You know, I'm just going to go over the big ones. Honest question, and I'm not trying to start an argument because I agree makeup is harmful and refuse to wear it myself, but the statement, wear it personally to benefit themselves, is what gets me. A lot of jobs will straight up not hire women who refuse to conform to patriarchal standards. It's not fair, but it's the truth. You know, I see this argument thrown around everywhere, and I have yet to see it play out in real life ever. Like, I don't think it's true. I don't believe it. And I also think, I think it gets exaggerated. I think somebody saying, oh, you look tired, or oh, you look sick, or oh, are you okay, is not the same as like, you must wear makeup to work at this company. It's not the same thing. So no. And the thing is, I've said this before, regarding this one, it's not going to change for any women if you all continue to play the game. So the more women who refuse to play the game, the more opportunity there is for other women to stop playing the game. You have to stop. Okay? Yeah. But is not the point of radical feminism a radical reordering? Yes, if we go with the flow because it's just how it is, does that get us closer to our goals? No, of course not. I fully hear your point, and I know I'm going pretty hardline with this. Oh, this is the OP. Okay. But if a woman acquiesces to demands that she wear makeup, even if it's for her quote-unquote survival, but that doesn't align with radical feminism. Yes. If a woman engages in prostitution because she feels that's her only means of survival, is it incompatible with radical feminism? Radical feminism is a philosophical framework. I'm sorry, I think I speak really fast sometimes. God, I'm sorry. Radical feminism is a philosophical framework that should exclude certain things. Yes. Yes, OP, obviously, I agree with the OP. Okay, like I said, I'll link to this post so you can read all the comments yourself. I'm not literally going to go through every one. I'm just going to go through like the main ones. I think this is one part of RadFem I don't understand. Decorating the body has been part of human culture since literally forever. I can definitely see how this applies to women who just can't leave the house barefaced. But most of the women I know who are great at it do it for fun. Ugh. They are just as comfortable leaving the house with no makeup as they are with a dramatic look. And it's not men who compliment their eyeshadow blending. In fact, most men might not even say they're wearing too much. Oh, God. Okay. To me, it's just another art form for people. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not art. Makeup is not art. I will also, if it's still on her channel, link to a video from Leah Taverley about makeup. It's like really the video that like spoke to me so much about this topic. That'll be in the description below too. Oops, my phone, I should turn it on silent. Makeup is not art. Makeup requires specific applications, specific ways of doing it. If women were going to work with a eyeshadow rendition of A Starry Night on their entire face, that might be art. But they're not. They're making sure they have their eyeliner sharp enough to kill a man, and their spider leg mascara, and the cut crease, and the lipstick as red as the blood of your enemies and shit. It's not art. It requires specific and rigid applications to match everyone else. It's not art. Okay. Moving on. Makeup, the way we currently use it, is totally patriarchal and designed to make us appear sexualized. Yes. I was going to upvote this, but I'm not logged in. Is this the comment? No. Okay. Well, yes and no. I've suffered from cystic acne at points in my life. That shit is horrible, a really traumatic experience, and thank God for heavy foundation and dramatic, distracting eyeliner, or I would not have left the house. Makeup does serve a purpose sometimes that is not just serving the male gaze. I think these two sentences are completely contradictory and they are like an oxymoron of each other. Because there's nothing wrong with having cystic acne. There's literally nothing wrong with it. But calling it a traumatic experience is because of the patriarchal expectation of feminine beauty. It would not be traumatic if patriarchy didn't have these standards for women. People would not care, would not look at, would not think anything of it. So, I think these are very contradictory. Makeup does serve a purpose. Yeah, the purpose is not just serving the male gaze. I don't think anyone understands what male gaze means. The purpose of makeup in this person's situation is to make her more aligned with traditional expectations of feminine beauty because cystic acne is not considered feminine or beautiful. So that contradicts each other right there. The internet makes it real easy to get on a soapbox and act like you're some shining example of purity, yawn. But IRL, the people who do this kind of thing always turn out to be hypocrites in some way. No, okay. Radical feminism certainly is a journey. Pardon me. And none of us are perfect at it. So when you talk about purity, no, none of us are advocating for purity. None of us are perfect at radical feminism. But the difference is making the effort to walk the talk. Turn out to be hypocrites in some way. No. It's a tactic that TRAs use frequently. I hate it when I was identifying as trans and still hate it now. Okay, what's the tactic? Okay. I refuse to exclude certain women from my radical feminism. This one word changes the entire sentence. There is no such thing as my radical feminism. And there is no such thing as your radical feminism or her radical feminism. There is only radical feminism. And radical feminism has a framework, as the OP said. It has tenets and pillars. It has theory. It has guidelines. And it's not a take a penny, leave a penny, grab bag. You don't pick and choose. You can't say, well, I'm going to be against transitioning, but pro sex work. I'm going to be okay with makeup, but not when men do it. Like, no. There's no my, your, her radical feminism. There's only one radical feminism, just radical feminism. So when you talk about refusing to exclude certain women from my radical feminism because they make individual choices that don't align, I'm not sitting here saying that there needs to be some kind of a witch hunt roundup of women who don't do it right. But there definitely needs to be a very open and honest communication and discussion about the things that women do that set the movement back and hold women back. That's fine. These things should be discussed. And I personally am very comfortable not having women in my life who contribute to holding women as a class back. That's fine. I don't see a problem with that. First of all, I think you need to look at where the requirement to wear makeup is coming from rather than any individual woman's decision to follow or not follow that requirement. Is it social pressure? Is it a workplace requirement? Is it the billion-dollar capitalist advertising industry creating a need by creating and pointing out insecurities and then filling that need in their pockets? Yes, all of the above. If it's the first, chances are not many people are even going to notice, and no other woman around you is going to stop wearing makeup because you did. I don't think that's true. I do not think that is true. How many times have we heard stories or women shared that They didn't know that they could be a lesbian until they saw a lesbian in real life. They didn't know that they could be a tomboy or butch until they had a butch teacher who was loud and proud about being a butch lesbian. And then they were like, holy shit, I can do that too. So, no, I don't agree. Representation matters. Representation absolutely matters. And if you can physically be that presence and change in yourself and show other women that it's totally fine and nothing bad is going to happen, then certainly you can influence others to stop behaving in certain ways. Yeah. Okay, makeup is more complex. You know, I'm already at 20 minutes. Well, how much more do we have to go? Not too much. I'm not going to load those 30 more comments because, anyway. I don't want this to be so long, and it's already so long. Makeup is more complex than this, surely. I have no desire to say what one sort of feminist or another should do, but makeup is creative. I'm sorry, like, maybe that's immature, but like, ugh. Men have worn it for periods in history. I hate this argument so much because not for the same reason. It wasn't to decorate and make yourself palatable to the opposite sex. Men didn't wear makeup for that reason. It's not necessarily feminine. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. OP, oh my God. You're perfectly entitled to your opinions, but the opinions you've stated here don't align with radical feminism. Boom, drop the mic. Good stuff. Logically, this works. Emotionally, it doesn't. Well, no kidding. We know it's a very emotional argument for some bizarre reason. We're all just trying to get by and take small comforts as and when we can. Okay. I mean, what small comforts? Like the amount of money you spend on makeup, the amount of time you spent doing your makeup, the amount of time you spent washing off your makeup, the amount of money you spend buying products to wash off your makeup, the amount of money you spend buying products to hydrate your skin because it's been damaged by all of the washing and the applicating of makeup. Like, small comforts where? All the money you spend on makeup and makeup removing and skin hydrating products that you spend every single year could be put towards a fucking vacation to take a small comfort. God damn. If you're looking to actually exclude women who wear makeup from radical feminism, that's just ridiculous. Not gonna lie. Why? Why? If we're radical feminists, why should we tolerate one thing that is anti-feminist but not others? Where's the line? And who's going to decide that line? No, you don't have to tolerate it. I am a woman who wears makeup and will wear makeup as I want to. Do I admit it's not empowering? Yes, absolutely. Well, good. I'll never come here and pretend that it is. But I, like other women, want to be treated better in this patriarchal world. So fight back. Fight back. Why do feminists have to beg women to fight for their humanity? Like, you'd rather just put your head down and go along and keep doing this shit. Why? Why won't women fight for themselves? This is like one of the saddest comments on this entire thing. Women want to be treated better in this patriarchal world. So fight for it. What the fuck? Ugh, there's this one comment that I got asked to specifically look at, so here it is. I'm so pissed about that last one. I agree with one person who mentioned acne as a reason to wear makeup. I already talked about that. That's why I started wearing makeup. I wear makeup every day, and most days I don't leave the house. How sad is that? I never do anything because of the male gaze. And 4 are likely to do things because of women. Okay. The opinion of my wife, mother, and sister are far more important to me than any man's opinion. This drives me nuts when women talk about how they don't do it for the male gaze and they care more about what women think and they don't care about a man's opinion. They have no understanding at all no concept at all of patriarchy and the influence of patriarchy. It's so kindergarten. When we talk about the male gaze, we're not talking specifically about the man who works in the cubicle next to you and whether or not he thinks you're cute. We're talking about patriarchy as a system, the male gaze as a system of patriarchy that looks down upon women, that pressures women. It's not about individual men and whether the man you pass on the street thinks you look good or not. That's what's... I'll get back to this. I wear... I wear makeup and dye my hair to improve my self-confidence and to make me feel younger. Why does wearing makeup and dyeing your hair improve your self-confidence? Could it be, stick with me here now, could it be because dyed hair and no grays showing and plastered face are what the standards of beauty are, and if you meet those standards or attempt to meet those standards, you feel better about yourself than if you don't? Could it be? Just a thought. I shave my body hair because I find hair gross and unhygienic. Why? Examine that. Women have only been removing their body hair for about 100 years. That is a very small amount of time. And when they talk about it being gross and unhygienic, again, that shows that these women have literally no deeper analysis than, ew, it's hairy. That's their analysis. That's their analysis. Ew, I don't like it. Look deeper. There's nothing, literally nothing unhygienic. Unhygienic? If it was unhygienic, evolution would have impacted women's bodies to remove that. If anything, having body hair is more hygienic because it acts as a barrier for bacteria and debris. So, like, the lack of literally any analysis, my God. The first thing I think when I see a guy with a beard is I shudder at how many germs are crawling in there. I mean, men have bad hygiene, so like, I nearly puked in a gutter once when I saw a sweaty guy without a shirt on and a hairy back ran past me. Like, it's so juvenile. This kind of thinking, this kind of supposed analysis, it's just juvenile, and it's not in any kind of feminist framework of any kind. Ugh. Also, the richest woman in the world is the owner of L'Oreal, so people who buy L'Oreal cosmetics contributes to a woman's fortune. Oh my God! Oh my God! So, this video is ridiculous, but it's like, this is what we're looking at. Contribute to a woman's fortune. If you are a radical feminist, you cannot be a capitalist, so you cannot be a radical feminist and be out here being like, ooh, buy L'Oreal to line the pockets of a billionaire. What? It doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter that it's owned by a woman and you're contributing to a woman's fortune. Nobody, if you're a radical feminist, you shouldn't believe that anyone should have a fortune. These people have no deeper thought at all. No understanding of capitalism, no understanding of Marxism, no understanding of socialism, no understanding of patriarchy, no understanding of class analysis, no understanding of forced femininity because of patriarchy, no understanding of any of this shit. Their analysis, quote unquote, goes nowhere. Nowhere. And these women are walking around calling themselves radfems. I do what I do for myself and out of self-respect and respect for other women. What does this mean? No respect for other women? Okay. I'm not willing to change that about myself, not even if it means I'm not a true radical feminist. Okay, well, you're not a true radical feminist. I'm quite weary of strict dogmas. It reminds me too much of religious or militant ideologies who skewer everyone that doesn't toe the line. Diversity may not make us stronger. What? But as long as we can agree on certain core issues, makeup and hair dye and shaving seems inconsequential issues in the bigger scheme of things. This is what, not to sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist with a tin hat on, but this is what they want you to think. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's inconsequential. No worries. Keep it up. I can't with any of this. Every single line of this comment is worse than the last. Now I'm at half an hour, so I don't even know. I'm fired up. This OP wrote a beautiful post, so I will link to it in the description. You should comment if you have an over account your support for her, because she wrote a beautiful post, and there's 153 comments. I sure didn't read that many, but the ones I did are all bad. Okay, bye.